Howdy, folks. Spencer here with some more Star Trek Online news. As always, chapters to each topic are listed below. Okay, so earlier today, I released a video going over just a recap of the Phoenix stuff going live on PC and there being a Dill event with a return of the dilithium Vanity shields into the Dill store. There were a few issues with that. First, the dilithium sale was not 20%. They corrected to state it is actually just 15%. And then for the Vandy shields, they didn't list all of them that were added. The Shrike Vandy shield was also added. And there's currently an issue with a bunch of these that they're not bound to account upon picking them up, rather, they're bound to character. So if you go in game and look at these in the Vandy Shields tab of the Dill store, the older ones you'll see when you hover over them, they say account bind on pickup. And for the new ones, like the Shrike here, it says character bind on equip. So the binding for these Vandy shields, the new ones they put in, is not correct. I did buy a Shrike one just to verify, and sure enough, it did end up being bound to character. I did purchase a Section 31 as well, and that worked correctly and was bound to account. Now, I imagine this is an issue that they're probably aware of at this point, but there has been no public statement as of me recording this a couple hours after the patch. But I would just hold off on picking up the ones that say they're character bound on pickup or equip, and just for right now until they fix that, just pick up the ones that say account bound on pickup. And while we're on the topic of bugs, I do want to bring awareness to some issues over in the Mud store. So the three new items we got last week, the Crystal Harmonic set, the Hesperian Intel Battlecruiser, and the Chronogami Displacer, these are apparently not able to be reclaimed on all your characters, is what I've been hearing from viewers, even after the patch today. I'm not sure if that's also an issue over on console, but if that's impacting you, then reach out to support. And while we're on the topic of the Mud store, I'm not sure why I actually have the ability to see these things. I have these items, most of these unlocked already from doing the events, and sometimes when I log in, the game will detect that and will make these not appear, but other times they'll still show up. And I know there has to be at least a few of you out there who have went in and purchased something from the Mud store, seeing that it was available for you to purchase, when you may have already completed the initial event and already have had the item. So that's something else that I think needs to be looked into because the checks are clearly not working, especially I'm on a character on an account that has those items. I've got the Hesperian on this character. I've got, all the other items that were added in here, the Crystal Harmonic set, the Chronogami. It's just weird that it's letting me still see them. And I do have an update here for console players. This is not a bug, this is actually some good news. The Section 31 giveaway is going to be showing up over on consoles on March 28th. So for those of you that have been wondering where that is, it is going to be arriving, just with a bit of a delay. And before I answer some questions that popped up in the comment section on the video from earlier this morning, I do also want to mention that Master Replicas has just put out an announcement that they are going to start making some Star Trek ship models. The first three that they're doing are the USS Cerritos, the Enterprise from Strange New Worlds, and the Kelvin Enterprise. Pricing wise, these things are much more reasonable than the pricing Fanhome has on their ships, but these are going to be a bit smaller. These come in at $35 a piece, and they're made of die-cast and ABS resin. They're between 4 to 5 inches long, so they're going to be comparable to the smaller Eagle Moss ship models from back in the day. And alongside the model itself, each of them is going to come with a 48-page book that goes over the ship and some of the artwork for it. If you're interested, links to this are down below. And I did also want to respond to some of the comments I got on the video earlier. So Platinum Sniper, there needs to be a triple refining weekend. Extra raw ore is worthless to me on top of the millions in raw ore that I have. The response to that is just play more characters. I know that's not the answer people want, but the cap is 8,000 per character a day. So if you spread your activities around on a few different characters, you can refine a lot more. Now, of course, that's not going to do anything about the raw ore that you have right now. But if you go and play on another character, start getting some dill on that, you're going to double your refinement capacity. Esom here says that my volume is super quiet compared to other YouTube videos. Are others experiencing similar issues? Do I need to boost my audio up a bit? Let me know. I also saw a few comments asking about when some event or former giveaway items would become available again. I don't have an answer for that. Ideally, things like the pink Vandy Shield, the platinum Vandy Shield, and there was a comment up above from TJ also asking about the Prodigy uniform. Hopefully we see all that older giveaway and event stuff added sooner rather than later, but I don't have any time frame or information for you guys on that. There's a comment from Steel here saying that console players are left with nothing to do or nothing going on for us. Console does have a mud sale, like I mentioned earlier this week. Daniel mentioned it in the comments here. But console's also going to be getting all of the anniversary giveaways, should be starting up next week. So it's the calm before the storm. You guys are about to have a ton of stuff going on in the next 1 to 2 weeks. And Charlie here was asking how much dilithium do you have to put in to make it worth it for the upgrades? So how many Phoenix packs do you have to open to beat out the offering in the C-Store? And like I said in the response, basically during these events, it's always going to beat the price of them in the store. Now I'm going to do one of my favorite things and demonstrate that for you guys. I'm going to head over to the dilithium exchange and grab some more dilithium here. So the Cells End tab, and I'm going to do 20 bucks worth of Zen because I can always use more Phoenix upgrades and more of the Tier 6X experimental ship tokens. And I did also have a question on another video recently asking if you can open these Phoenix packs outside of the event and just bank the tokens basically to wait for the event. And the answer is yes. You can absolutely do that. That's something I do and many others. So let's go to the Dill store now and pick up a ton of Phoenix prize packs. Should be able to do 300 here. I think that's a good amount. Okay, now let's rip them open. Of course there's an epic. Just what I need. I've got well, I don't have every one of these ships in there, but I've got most of them. All of the old event ones I have. I guess the Bentham Assault Cruiser, I don't actually have that on most of my characters, so I guess there's something I can use it on. But the thing is, every time I open a bunch of these for video, I always end up with an epic, and that's 2 of them. The thing is, the drop rate is never like this for most people. It's like a creator luck there is what some of you are gonna say. Because usually those epic tokens are like 1 out of 1,000, and I've gotten 2 of them in the first 100 and I think in like the first 150. I was gonna edit this down and like just speed it up a bit, but I just think letting it go the raw footage right into the video is gonna be fun. Someone's gonna get very mad about me winning 2 of those. If I win a third, that'd be wild. Another 50 to go. You see, the thing is too with the epic tokens, like I said, I've got most of the ships, so I don't actually need them. That's what sort of sucks about it is I do sometimes wish you could sell the things or give them away, but at the same time, that would actually be really bad for the game. That would just enable the gold sellers and the bot farmers that are already damaging the dill economy to have a different way to sell their dilithium without going through the exchange. So having them bound is the best. But in the end, I don't remember how many of these things I had ahead of time, but at the end here, I've got 148 rares, 108 very rares, 47 ultra rares, and 2 epics. So I'm going to convert these over to the T6X upgrades, which are a bit down on the list now. Usually these would stay at the top, but with them putting new stuff in, they forgot to have this go back up to the top. So there is 9 from the ultra rares that I converted. Now I'm also this time around going to convert the very rares. So there's 14. So my my 20 bucks worth of dilithium got me 14 of the T6X experimental ship upgrades. And on top of that, I'm also going to be getting quite a few of the Phoenix upgrades. Let me go through and get those converted real quick. These Phoenix upgrades are really, really nice. So 164 Phoenix upgrades for gear, the 14 T6X ones, and then I got really lucky and got 2 epics. This is not going to happen for most of you, so that was just a lot of luck right there. Don't expect the epic thing to happen, but yeah, I'd say that was a good 20 bucks right there. And that's going to be it for today. Hopefully, none of you are sharpening pitchforks after watching me pull 2 epics there. Again, that was just really, really good luck on my part, and that is not representative of what you would typically see from opening 20 bucks worth of Phoenix packs. Typically, you can see it take over 100 bucks worth of Phoenix packs to get one of them. So, again, that was entirely just luck. But again, that's it for now. Thank you to all channel members and viewers for the continued support. See you guys around.